What's up, everybody? It's Matt from Off Card Collectors. Today, I'm going to be opening up a Super 7 figure, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers figure that I picked up just a couple weekends ago from my favorite place in the world, my local comic book store. So I'm really excited to dive in. This figure is on the more pricey side, so it's ranging from like 50 to 60 bucks online. I think like 55 is the true average, more or less. But it's about $55. So it's kind of like a pricier figure, so I wanted to open it, kind of see if it lived up to the hype. As you see behind me, over this shoulder, I've got a couple Lightning Collection figures, and that's really what I've collected when it comes to Power Rangers over the past year or two. So I have a good reference with those. I've never really had a Super 7 figure that wasn't like those reaction figures, those little like old school style retro minifigures that are like this big and don't have a lot of articulation. So I'm really excited to open this one. As you can see in the picture, it's got both Adam and Zach's face. It also has the ability to be changed from a regular Black Ranger to a Dragon Shield Black Ranger, which is pretty exciting. So hopefully when we open this up, we take it apart, see if it's worth the price range in my opinion or not, because I do like the Lightning Collections. Just not sure how I'm going to feel about the Super 7. But let's dive in. All right, let's dive into the unboxing. So here's that figure. It comes with this sleeve that you can just go ahead and take off right there. Whoops, drop that. That's all right. So let's go ahead and dive in and let's open this. I'm going to cut the top, I think. Yeah, there's a piece loose, and that's partly why I wanted to open this. I wasn't sure if I did, and then that loose piece was kind of driving me nuts, so I figured let's just open it. A lot of people online always say, hey, toys are meant to be played with, right? Or in this case, at least displayed. So bear with me while I... Sometimes I just feel like when I do these, I just want to like unbox things. I'm too fragile, probably, or too safe with it. But, okay, so it's open. It's looking all right. It looks like there's like two shells put together by some tape. Right, so on the back here, it's got that Dragon Shield, those I mentioned, where you can change this into a Dragon Shield, Black Ranger, and so those are there, and there was the culprit, had fallen out of its pocket there, but that's all right. Set that off to the side. Let's flip this back over, and let's get the actual figure out. But before I do that, it looks like I'm going to need to cut this little rubber. Can't get my little hands in there. Jesus. There we go. Yeah, that rubber style they use a lot on the WWE Elites, and it's really nice, but it's sometimes kind of hard to get your fingers in there and really get the figure out. So it's a little loud because of the plastic. So let's just go ahead and try to get this out. See what I mean? I always want to be so delicate with it, and sometimes it's just like you just gotta open it. So that's like the figure itself. Joints are pretty tight at the elbows, which I'm not upset about a tight joint. Hip, torso is a little bit looser. Knees a little looser. The elbows are pretty tight, but you know what? Like tight joints just usually means you could stand them up pretty easily and pose them pretty easily, but pretty sick, pretty cool. Jeez, head pops off pretty easy, so that's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and try to put a civilian head on this. We'll put my favorite Black Ranger of all time. We'll put Zach on there to start. So we'll throw his head on there. Waiting for like a pop, but I don't think it clicks, so looks like it. So yeah, that's the figure there. Not too bad. Got a bunch of these different accessories that we can pull out and swap hands and see how that kind of flows with it. Which I think I'll pull out some of them. I don't think I want to pull out all of them for the sake of what we've got going on. But pretty cool. You got like a blaster and some other weapons here. You got like the classic. If you ever collected like the flip heads from back in the day, like that style of blaster, which I think is super neat, so you can kind of go for like that old school vibe. You got a couple different sets of hands, actually 3 sets of hands. It looks like the bottom 2 looks like they're designed to hold the guns, which is pretty sick, pretty cool. So I'm excited to do that. But what I really actually want to do is I think I want to switch the hands. I'll put a gun in here. So let's pop out some hands and swap them. Oh, see, I hate taking off hands. I always feel like you're going to break them. All right, we're going to leave the hands because I'm freaking out. Let's see if I get this one. I don't know. All right, we're going to just skip the hands because, hey, that's the way it goes when you do an unboxing. You really get one go. Let's try. Those were a lot easier to come off than I expected. Not sure how I feel about that, but now he's without his arms. So that way we can put on Dragon Shield arms. All right. Let's go ahead and get that Dragon Shield on him. And it turns out I shouldn't have put those arms out yet. Looks like we're going to have to do a little finagling. Okay, yeah, that bends pretty easily. Alright, so let me put his helmet back on. Give him some arms so he can fight some bad guys. Alright. So there's your Dragon Shield. Black Ranger Super 7 figure. Pretty good weight, pretty cool figure all in all. Seems to stand pretty easily. His hands, though, man, I don't know. Again, I just sometimes when I'm playing around with these things, I feel like I'm being too delicate. I know sometimes it requires a little force, I guess, for lack of a better word. But, you know, you always feel like you're going to break your stuff when you have to, especially those new toys, right? When they're fresh out of the packaging and stuff, you always feel like you're going to break them. Looks like there's a double click system. So, let's go ahead and see if I can't get him to hold his battle axe for you guys. All right, so pretty sick figure. I think I'll wrap this up shortly and talk a little bit about what I think about it. But, yeah, super cool figure. You know what? Let's take out some more of those extra pieces. You guys are here for the unboxing, so let's kind of do it all, right? So, first set of hands here is like the 2-finger grip. Looks like for the blasters. It's got basic semi fists, I guess, that are gonna hold something with a shaft. Looks like the thumb splits apart, so you probably could put that battle axe, I guess, on there. I guess these ones look more like they'd look good for the battle axe, but more hands. Like I said, one of the cool things I really enjoyed about this piece. Oh my goodness! And I think it's pretty cool is that they paid that homage to that classic blaster, right? Like that's the 1993 flip head type stuff. So that's super cool in my opinion. It's even got the little hole for when you would have to lock it into the hand. This is where I'm going to sound a little ignorant because I'm a Power Rangers fan, but I imagine this is some variation of his blaster, but see, I don't remember playing with this as a kid, so I don't remember what that is, and I have not watched the show in so long. So you got this piece, as well as this piece, right? So a couple of those hands that I showed you would be good for holding these, where the 2-finger ones I think are really good for the guns. Here's the blaster, colored blaster, right? And then, again, with that classic looking axe, so we got this battle axe here, that classic axe from the flip head style, which is pretty cool. So the thing I'm liking about this is you really do get a lot of variety with what you're getting in terms of pieces. Again, super ignorant because I don't know what this is at all. That seems silly. Yeah, no idea. Should probably rewatch the show or something. But this is my favorite in the remastered. Of course, there's tapes. I'm gonna go try to get this out. The remastered Lightning Collection did this a similar thing. They included a morpher, which I think is really cool. And the other thing I think is really cool is not just did they have the morpher, but they've also included the coin. Right. So super neat, super cool. And then let's just go ahead and pop out Adam's head. And here's our two heads. Okay. We've got, let that come to focus. Kind of hard to see with the light for Adam, but pretty decent sculpting. More or less look like him, but pretty cool. I think it's really neat to have both heads in one toy, which is super cool. But yeah, that's the unboxing there. So we'll let's talk about what we sort of unwrapped, and not the greatest representation of this figures and pieces, but I'll post them on our Off Guard Collectors Instagram in the near future here, and you can check those out with a little better, hopefully, resolution than this video. All right, I just finished unboxing my Super7 MMPR figure. Overall, it's a great figure. Super cool in the fact that there's a lot of accessories and things you can do to sort of customize your display. Right, you could have the Black Ranger as is, or change it out for a Dragon Shield Black Ranger, like you saw me do in the video. Bunch of hand options, weapon options. One of the things I really love is the whole idea that we've got these retro pieces. So if you wanted to kind of look like a modern meets vintage sort of a thing, you can play around with those. I love that it comes with two sculpts, both Zach and Adam's head sculpts, which is cool because a lot of the times you only get the one Ranger. So the fact that there's a lot of changeability to this piece makes it awesome. Do I think it's worth the price? I might sound like a cheapskate, but maybe it's a little overpriced, in my opinion. Maybe $10-15 less, and I feel like it's right where it should be. But I guess I feel that way because it does feel a little bit like a cartoony figure, and that might just be the style of Super7. I'm not super familiar with their figures and their artwork, but overall, I enjoy the figure. I'm glad I opened it. Can't wait to display it. Check us out on Instagram as well as YouTube. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Thank you guys for checking out the video, and take care.